Welcome to Soccer 360, a very cold day here in Nairobi. Hope you are keeping warm wherever you are tuned in from. I'm your host, Delvin Owino, and what we'll be discussing today, we will be doing a recap on the Champions League final that was won by the Bavarians, that is Bayern Munich. We'll touch on what went wrong for Thomas Tuchel's side, that is PSG, and what did Bayern Munich actually do right to lifting their 6th European trophy. And then we'll also be looking at the big six, that is Man City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal, their first 5 fixtures, and just see which team from that 6 has the hardest opening of 5 fixtures. Now, you can interact with us. Social media handles will be appearing at the bottom of the screen. WhatsApp number will also be appearing. Remember, leave your name on WhatsApp so I can shout you out. And on Twitter, hashtag Soccer360. Now, I'm joined by 3 pundits here, a Chelsea fan, United fan, Arsenal fan. How are you guys all doing? Well, let me just start like this. United fan, I'll start with you. Since you finished third, how are you doing?
Good feeling Monday.
Good feeling Monday.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
How is the cold taking you?
I like the weather.
You like the weather?
Yeah.
This is the weather that I thrive in as well. I'm enjoying this weather. Now, on his left is none other than Chelsea 001. Bar Prince, how are you doing? Huge smile on your face.
Karara's finest, with the Kabeb's legend. I can tell you, I'm timu yangu ilifungwa jana. I was behind PSG, but anyway, it's okay. On the other hand, I'm cool, very cold, but wale watu ambao sasa wanajua, wale mabachela bwana leo ndo wanajua wajui. Unatoka job, unaenda home, ukifika home unakumbuka wewe ndio uko na funguo ya nyumba. Unajifungulia, unachemshia maji.
Na vyombo ni chafu.
But I applaud you for one thing. You've managed to convince one United fan in joining Chelsea.
He's not alone. He's not
Let's
alone.
convince more.
He's a plastic fan.
Ule upande
a plastic
wa
fan.
Mukarara. Let me tell you, people do pretend. This man over here, mwambie ache kupretend. Either aende Arsenal or Chelsea, tutamwelcome.
Now, Mr. Duncan, let me just
let
me give you a message from my director. Of course, you do know he's a United fan. That initiation was just probably just for sure.
Just join.
But you said he started supporting United way long before, probably when you were born. Just
maybe because he's older than
and
me.
he's not a plastic fan. But anyway, on your right, on Duncan's right actually, is Mr. Fashionista himself, the Arsenal man.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm good. The weather is pathetic, man. I think
pathetic.
I think
this is
very
I love this
I
weather.
think most single people like us tonight, the only thing are covering ourselves.
Did you say?
The blood of Jesus, you know.
Did you say you're single, bro? On live national TV.
It's a good day. I mean, rich or poor, we say rich or poor. Every day above ground is a blessing.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
blessing indeed. Now, should we jump into it straight from the get-go?
Yeah.
Because I don't want us to dwell too much on the Champions League. We have 6 teams to cover their first 5 fixtures, so we have to take this as quick as possible. So we'll jump straight into it.
Yeah, let's go.
okay.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's just have a look at the highlights from the Champions League final match pitting Bayern Munich and PSG, and then we'll listen in to what the PSG head coach, that is Thomas Tuchel, had to say, alongside also Serge Gnabry and Alphonso Davies. And the boy from Paris took the Champions League away from the team from Paris, that is Kingsley Coman. Now, guys, we'll just start by touching on Bayern Munich. Let's start by touching on the winners here. And the first thing I want to ask you guys, let's just start with Alphonso Davies. If you have not read his story, please do go and read his story to know where he's from and what he's gone through. And at only 19, to be a Champions League winner.
But I was disappointed in him. I was really disappointed in his tweet because he tweeted and he just said a boy from Canada, you know, here and there.
But he did mention his story in the interview, fair enough to him.
No, but let me tell you, if you are from Canada, you are black, you are African, mention. Hii jamani wa sijui kijiji naitwa Buruman huko West Africa. You have also to mention. This is where you are coming from.
Yeah, he did
I was
mention,
so disappointed in
probably
his
in his tweet he didn't mention, but in the interview, it's just because I didn't cut the whole interview, he did mention his backstory, the refugee issue and everything. You should be proud of him.
But we are proud.
Actually, he's always proud of where he comes from, because not only yesterday he mentioned about somewhere in Ghana, where he came from, going to the refugee camp, and for someone having been in a refugee camp to be where Davies is, it's a big step. It's a big step.
I mean, it's actually it's amazing for a player, 19-year-old. I mean, coming from Canada, a team in MLS coming in to Bayern Munich as a winger, stay on the bench for a while, play with the under-23s, and now you're in the Champions League, you're a Champions League winner. It's actually very phenomenal.
Best left back in Europe?
No doubt.
No doubt.
No case for Andrew Robertson?
No.
But again, you know, when you want to determine if he is the best, what does he do when he has the ball? What does he do when he has no ball? So that is what, unajua watu wanasikianga tu tukisema this is the best, wanashindwa, why are you saying this? Why are you not saying Alonso?
5-1 against Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And from there on, he's been winning games right, left, and center. He transformed the likes of Alphonso Davies, the Leon Goretzkas. Nobody, he wasn't even in the first 11. But now the Thiagos, we saw how they are playing like champions. They have the belief. And trust you me, if other teams don't step up, they'll win this UEFA again next season.
Now, before you continue.
Yeah, I'm coming to you. Okay, or you forget, you can go on.
Yeah, I can forget. There's something unique about Bayern Munich, and something maybe people don't see. That this team actually is not balanced in terms of age. We have those people, the Mullers, the Lewandowski, those people, the Neuer. And then we have the Kimmich, the Alonso, the Davies here. So the strategy here, Hans Flick, the strategy he used, he just got the big boys who have been there, who have been in the UEFA Champions League. And then they came down here, inspired those small boys, welcomed them that, you know, boys, we can win this, we can play like this, and we can coexist. And this is what is happening, because that is what was lacking in the Kovac era. So I think this is the uniqueness of Bayern Munich. Imagine, mtu 34 years, anacheza na mtoto 19, and they are excelling the way you're seeing.
Okay, now, I'll ask you one question before we touch now on PSG and what actually went wrong for Thomas Tuchel and his side. But you, the viewers at home, I have a question for you as well. Have Bayern Munich had the best transition of any team in Europe? And when I mean transition, is getting rid of the old guard and easing in the new guard, because just last season is when the likes of Ribery and Robben, two very influential players in the Bayern Munich squad, did depart, likes of Mats Hummels as well, and they just seem like they don't miss these guys a single bit. Have they had the best transition of any team in Europe? We do know the English sides, the United, the Arsenal, the Chelsea, are taking seasons to have this transition. So you do let me know. WhatsApp number will appear on the screen. Do leave your name, and then on Twitter, #Soccer360. Now the question I have for you, Duncan, before we move to PSG, Joshua Kimmich, Alphonso Davies, is this the best two fullbacks in Europe?
Actually,
and if yes, or if not, would you give it to another set of fullbacks?
On the Kimmich case, I'll give it to Alexander-Arnold. He's better than Kimmich. On the Davies side, the speed of Davies ahead of Robertson. Okay. I'm not going to ask you guys. I know you're itching to give me an answer. I'm not going to ask you guys.
No. Let us also comment.
Okay, no reason, because you want to move to PSG. Best set of fullbacks for you, Ba?
I'll say they are the same par with the Liverpools, because they're both young. Okay, for Kimmich and Robertson in a way, Davies and Arnold, you know, at least. So I put them
on
here.
par.
Yeah. They've both
actually agree with Ba. I think they're at par, because looking at Kimmich is not naturally a right back. He's
so versatile.
He's a center midfield. So him dropping back to play in the right back position is very commendable. So I think I'll put them at par.
I think
so far.
Yeah, Liverpool won last year.
They won this year.
They've won this year.
For me, I think I'll go for the Bayern Munich fullbacks, because one reason is, and Jose Mourinho came out and mentioned this about Joshua Kimmich. He can play whatever in that field.
Yeah, exactly.
10-8, nice. Put him on the wing, put him fullback, he'll play. He's that versatile. But now let's move on to PSG. And some of you here wanted PSG to come out victorious.
Just mention them, bro. Mention them.
You.
Being one of them. And for PSG, what you can say is that started off very well. That first half, if they take their chances, it's a different ball game. But they don't take their chances.
I mean, you need to have a lot of cautions to actually score against them. In fact, they should be happy they were in the finals. First of all, they had the easiest run to the finals, so they should be happy. Second of all, they should also be happy that they prevented Bayern from scoring a barrage of goals, because how they defended, that defensive resilience, it was top-notch. In such a game, you take your chances. You killer instinct. You have to take your chances. We saw Mbappe losing about 3 open goals you give Neuer baby shots, that's suicidal.
That
don't
is
do
suicidal,
that.
indeed.
You don't do that.
Duncan, now, what went wrong? Mbappe, Neymar, they didn't really turn up. Mbappe, first of all, second half, invisible, was nowhere to be seen. Neymar, yeah, he was trying to do quite a bit for me, a bit too much, and probably that let him down.
Delvin, football is a game of chance, and once you miss your chance, your opponent will punish you. Look at Bayern Munich. Not only the Paris Saint-Germain game, but also the last game against Barcelona. They will give you a chance to score. If you fail, they will punish you. First, secondly, I'm also having a problem with the way PSG approached the game. Look, there was Verratti, who was actually fit to play the game.
Was he 100% fit? That's the question. Because no doubt Verratti gets into that squad if he's 100% fit.
But then they approached it with a kind of a defensive mind, and assumed that the forward can make things work for them.
Magic.
Yeah.
I think the formula they went into this game is the sit back, socket, approach, attack. But you cannot do that. As in,
do you really think they came up with that?
You know, like I can agree with Tuchel having playing with Paredes and Manquinhos in there, because if you put Verratti there, we have. Do you know Bayern are not playing with the CDM? Goretzka and Thiago are both attacking midfielders.
Yeah, actually,
so
yeah,
they will have overpowered that midfield.
Do you really think, but Prince, do you really think Thomas Tuchel went in a bit negative, or do you just think that Bayern Munich at the better side, Bayern Munich will dominate the game?
He was being conscious, let me tell you. He was being cautious because if you start Verratti is that open player who, if you use him, then it's an open game. But playing Bayern Munich, he was like, no, if I open up this game, inaweza kuwa kama Barcelona or Chelsea or Tottenham. So, na hii ni finali. So he was like, no, let it be the way it is. And if you notice in that match, both clubs used the same tactics from the beginning to the end. Even after kuna msee left
Boateng.
Boateng. Even after he left, the match tactics ilibaki hivyo hivyo. Even after the goal, ilibaki the same because they were both like, no, if I do this, this might happen. And you can see, Tuchel decided not to have too many substitutions because he knew if I do this, I can change anything. So using Marquinhos, he knew that at least he'll be falling back to help because I was saying Kinamula, they're animals. So guys, you have to understand. He used 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1, both sides. So if you use that, then it means at Bayern Munich, if you look at it very carefully, hawakukuwa wanapanda the same way they did
because of course that threat of Neymar.
Exactly. So they were both being cautious. Yeah. And it was right for him. But mtu kama Icardi, I don't know.
Why did he? Still puzzling, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
Okay, let's
actually something I have to say is the style, the Bayern Munich style of play when they have the ball in the offensive side. You could see they could outnumber the Paris Saint-Germain defense. 5 people against 4, and you're the team which is playing the defense.
You know, actually they tried.
Kudos to PSG defense because they closed all those pockets of spaces in between. That's why you are seeing the likes of Paredes getting a bit good tackles. They closed which forced Bayern to actually use that left wing to bring those crosses. They couldn't penetrate within the exactly.
Mimi nasema it was fair because look, in your defense umeacha Pavard nje. Uko na wachezaji wenye hata majina zao zenyewe kupronounce ni ngumu. They really tried.
Okay, now for me, I think I agree. Though I think both teams went into this a bit cautious. I won't lay it on to PSG that they went a bit defensive. I don't think that was the case. I think both were a bit cautious. But then now I think Bayern Munich's quality, and I'm not saying PSG don't have quality. I think the quality is almost on par. But I think now Bayern Munich's quality just made them control the game that little bit more. Now with that said, social media handles again, bottom of the screen. Tell us where you think it did go wrong for the French-based side, and tell us what would the best set of fullbacks between the Bayern Munich fullbacks or Liverpool fullbacks. Tell me who is it that you would be picking. Now we have something a little bit special here to be touching on. Now we jump into the English Premier League. Kevin, of course, you guys kicking off the curtain raiser will be this weekend. Exactly, in the Community Shield. But that's what we're not going to look at that. That is going to be saved for Saturday preview. What we're going to look at is the fixtures, the first 5 fixtures for the Big Six. And we'll start with looking at Liverpool.
Which is the 6th biggest club.
And they are Liverpool's fixtures, as you can see on the screen. Those are Liverpool's first 5 fixtures. Now, Leeds United just back from the Championship. That's going to be a very, very enticing encounter. Yeah. Chelsea next, Stamford Bridge, and then Arsenal at Anfield, and then Aston Villa and Everton. Now, let's discuss these 5 fixtures for Liverpool first and foremost. Yes, they're the champions. Yes, of course, they're going to be the favourites in all these games, to be quite honest with you.
Just because they're the champions.
And probably, they're the best team
in
England. Yeah. Those first 3 fixtures can't determine Liverpool's season, because you don't know what City are going to do in their first 3 games.
I'm very sure. You know, when we are talking about this, we are talking about EPL. We are back. Yeah, we are because EPL ni kesho kutwa tu. We are back. So let me tell you, the season that Liverpool had last season, haitarudi the same this season, because let me tell you, they have a lot of challenges. If you look at towards the end of last season, they had issues. Even before Corona came, they had issues because of wanafunga na 1-0 or 1-1. So
Arsenal,
beat them. Actually, a lot of clubs will identify where the penetration of Aku.
Now talk about.
Let me talk about here.
The first three being very, very important.
They might welcome Leeds.
Leeds are a good team. Marcelo Bielsa is.
But this is a draw.
You're seeing a draw in that first game.
Because Leeds now itakubali.
They're going to put up that fight. They're tough to beat.
Yeah, you cannot welcome us in a beating. Of course, for us is a walkover. Kai Havertz and Thiago Silva coming. This is something else. Tutakuwa home at Stamford Bridge. Ziyech and Kai Havertz first home matches. Wacha nitoke hapo.
Biasness aside. Moving on.
Nilisikianga wale wasiwa wengine wanasemanga swiftly.
Moving on swiftly.
So for Liverpool and Arsenal, this is another big match because bado wako na nini za last season, wako na ile tunasema wako na ukali. Arsenal, they are like, man, we could have done this. So for me, hizo game 3
very hard.
Sidhani kama watapata ushindi. Watalose moja wa draw 2. Liverpool.
I'll agree with Bar. The best result Liverpool can get here, 2 points.
2 points.
2 points. Because it's very hard against a Leeds side. This is Marco Bielsa. And we know Marco Bielsa is someone who tactically, he's very detailed.
He's very detailed. He's a very good coach. Yeah.
He has studied Liverpool over 2,000 I was reading in the morning, Marco Bielsa, that he studies almost even 2,000 videos just to come up with strategies for a game. Coming into this Liverpool game, he can actually even overpower Liverpool. And you know Liverpool last season, as Bar said, they struggled towards the end. So you're going against Salah. You've gone against Salah 2 seasons. Trust you me, you should know how Salah plays.
So you and Bar going for 2 points at most.
2 points for Liverpool.
So where do those 2 points come from? If I go to Duncan,
those 2 points can come from Leeds and probably Chelsea.
No, he's going to go opposite, of course. I'm sure you're going to go Leeds and Arsenal.
Yeah, of course, he's an Arsenal fan.
And you being Chelsea, you go Leeds and Arsenal.
That's a walkover. We have Kai Havertz.
Okay, now, Duncan, before we jump into Man City, how do you see them faring on the first 5 games?
Liverpool Leeds have come to the league with some kind of a hype. Everyone wants to see what have they brought in the league. I think, but they can't match they won't match the likes of Liverpool because yes, Liverpool struggled in the end of the last season, but you're not going to come to the league with the same mistake that you made during the end of the season. Against Chelsea, maybe that's against Chelsea. These Chelsea people, or let me
don't talk about Chelsea.
No.
Talk about Chelsea.
I'm talking as a bandit.
Because unataka kunianza bro.
This Chelsea people are making a lot of noise. Table do turn. And it might be difficult before this the likes of
before they get that chemistry.
We're not the people who
I'm playing for a draw. Liverpool, Arsenal, it's always Liverpool's when they are.
Okay, so you have gone for 7 points.
7 points for Liverpool.
You guys have gone 2-2. My director, being a Man United fan, is gone for 3 points for Liverpool. 3 draws in that game. 3 draws. Well, for me, you know what? I'm going to give Liverpool 9 points.
Where?
I will give them 9
Not
points.
even against Arsenal. Magal Hayes is there. Bro.
Arsenal hawezi hapo.
Magal Hayes.
Arsenal at Anfield. Probably Arteta has shown some steel in the Arsenal team.
Yes,
Bro, there's something coming out of Arsenal.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm not seeing Arsenal getting anything
Plus,
at Anfield.
there are no fans here.
It doesn't matter. I don't see Arsenal getting anything at Anfield.
Nah.
Chelsea will be a tight game, but I think Duncan has made a very good point. We don't know whether Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, if he comes, Silva, wait, will come and hit the ground running. We don't know about that. We are not sure,
Bro,
whether they'll take time to adjust. We do not know.
you know, just give me a few seconds. The good thing about Timo Werner and Ziyech is that they came early.
That's
they
a positive,
have had enough time to train with the rest. Alafu ni game yao ya kwanza.
Training is training. A match is a match. I have gone 9 points
Well,
for Liverpool in that
wapi,
game.
bro?
I think that
Tunapiga mtu.
the Chelsea game is going to be their toughest, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
We are at home.
Now, it's good to be honest here. Chelsea are a better team than Arsenal.
We will be home.
Straight fair.
Arsenal always struggle against
Straight fair.
Liverpool.
And
At,
Arsenal being away again, Chelsea being at home, that's going to be Liverpool's hardest
I
game.
mean, we have brought in experience. Gabriel is signing today. We have Williard. What do you mean?
Papa today.
Why you people
Yeah,
estimating
Papa, we
Liverpool?
don't have
Listen,
to debate
listen.
over this.
This is like we have to be honest here.
Let's be honest.
Chelsea, the players they brought in, Chelsea have a far superior squad.
Ama
than Arsenal.
nikukumbushe.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Maliza na
I'll
Magapi
agree.
na
I'll
Ziyech.
agree. I'll agree. Yeah, I'll agree. But you know what?
And then being at home is an advantage to them as well.
It's an advantage. We have to welcome our
When was
big
last time you won at
fish.
Anfield?
Vizuri.
When was last time you won at Anfield?
Oh, God, we should
And how many goals do you normally concede?
But
at
trust me, this is football, as you say. This is football.
Tables
It's
can
cruel.
turn.
Tables
as
can
Duncan
turn.
say.
Yeah.
Anyway, now guys, let's leave Liverpool aside because we'll debate on that. Now, Duncan, you've gone for 7. I've gone for 9. You've gone for 2. You've gone for 2. Viewers at home, tell us how many points do you think Liverpool will pick up from their first 3 games. Now, let's move over to the next team, the team that finished second on the table, Uncle's team. That's Uncle Salim Waziri, Man City. Now, their first game, they start a week later. Let's keep that in mind. So they'll start a week later. That's going to be on around the 20-something, the weekend of 20-something. They'll start off away at Wolves. And then they play Leicester, and then they play Leeds, and then they play Arsenal, and then they play West Ham.
Pia kona tight.
This is a very tricky opening set of games. And let me start with you, Duncan, right now. City, yeah, they're doing some transfer signings. They brought in Ake, they brought in Ferran Torres. There's talks that Koulibaly is going to be joining them very, very soon. But then you look at that opening game, especially. You look at those 5 games, and you look the 2 games I'd actually pick out there to be banana skins for Man City. Is that Wolves game and that Leeds United game?
Actually, Wolves, they managed to beat them last season, home and away.
Yeah, they did
6
a double.
points.
They did a double over them.
And these big teams, or the so-called big teams, seem to struggle
Against Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, away to Wolves. So a draw maybe.
How many points do you see them picking out from those first 5 games? Of course, it's a total of 15 points. How many points?
12.
So which game?
They're going to beat Leicester. They're going to beat Leeds, Arsenal too, and West Ham.
So 12. So it's only Wolves that will beat them.
So
it's going to be a loss for Man City in the opening game. Oh, wow. Okay, Kevin. Now you look very disgusted there. Yeah. But we are sorry to tell you that your team is just not as good.
No. First of all, as I said last week here, and I'll say it again, Pep is a fraud.
He's a checkbook manager.
Checkbook manager. The only 3 points they'll collect here is against Leicester and against West Ham. For Leeds, for Arsenal, first of all, Wolves, he won't get any points. I mean,
let me ask you a question.
Nuno beat them home and away last season.
Let me ask you.
I mean, Arteta knows how.
What's Man City's toughest game there from the 5?
Wolves, number 1.
No, just answer one game.
Wolves.
Thank you.
Wolves is tough.
You're, as an Arsenal fan, you're confident that Arsenal will go to the Etihad.
Beat them. I'm very confident. We know how they play. And you even heard what listen, I even heard what's his name, Pep was saying about Bielsa. He's a godfather. He's Pep's godfather.
So how many points do you have them picking up?
Against Leeds, maybe 1 point.
So total?
Let's say 3. That's 3, 1, probably 1, and 3.
3. Now just do the math
7.
for me.
That's 7. Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
8 points.
8 points. Bar Prince, you don't have Chelsea are not here in Man City's first 5 games. I know you can breathe a sigh of relief. Pep Guardiola, coming into a new season, he'll definitely want to grab that title back. Now, those first five games, tough games.
If Wolves will manage to remain the way they were, because kuna issues, not issues, but stories, maybe anafaa kuenda Traore and such guys, watakuwa an issue to Man City. So I feel maybe a draw.
Okay, now, I'll pause you there. I'll pause you there because we have to go on a break. But when we come back from the break, I will carry on with Bar Prince to give me the total points out of 15 that he thinks City will pick up from their first 5 games. And don't forget, social media handles are on the screen. You can interact with me. I'll be reading all your feedback after we come back from this break. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Soccer 360. We have been discussing the first 5 fixtures of the Big 6 in the EPL. We've covered Liverpool. We want to finish on Man City. Then we jump to United, then Chelsea, then Spurs, then Arsenal. But before I finish, because Bar Prince had not given me what he feels of City's first 5 games, I want to read a few comments here from WhatsApp. And I'm just picking them out at random. So if I miss your message, apologies. Now I'll just start with this one. Ni Eriko kutoka Dando, Mbappe aluza team. Anyway, #go Man United. Well, Mbappe, anyway. Eriko. I don't agree with that. I don't think Mbappe
stick na side moja. Kama ni Man U ama ni Mbappe, lazima mention Manchester hapo.
Alikuwa anaona Champions League.
Now, hey Delvin and all the whole team. Ni Deno hapa from Eldoret. Ba vipi kaka? Hope you're doing well. Congratulations to Bayern Munich. Though my all support was for PSG, Chelsea for life. UEFA Champions League for Chelsea comes next season. My haters, Jinyongeni. Chelsea, Deno. Thank you very much.
Noisy makers.
Chelsea.
Very noisy people.
Gugi wa Karaoke says, Bayern Munich, as they are called, they are disciplinary committee. As favorite, they manage the game well as a team, unlike PSG, who are five-star sided team. Neymar, Mbappe, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, and Bernat at some point. Well, I'm trying to look for what people are thinking of the opening 7 fixtures. I think someone here is asking, please do leave your name when you send in your comments on WhatsApp. Rather, ya Manchester could sign any player. Which Manchester, the red side or the blue side?
Yeah. Bro.
There's only one Manchester.
Fair, bro.
The red side.
There's only one Manchester. Wachana na hizo stories zingine. Wengine ni vinyangalika wa kando bwana. We only know Manchester United ya Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
That's the only Manchester that exists.
Kuna mtu anasema kwenye Twitter, Delvin, ukiendelea kuscroll, at B_Kipiegon, Kipngeno, anasema Chelsea are pulling English version of Wazito. Bro, tulia, Wazito is the biggest club in East and Central Africa, according to the owner. #Soccer360, Arsenal second CEO behind my brother Kevin there. A question there for Kevin. Gabriel Magalhaes saga.
Please do pronounce that name.
I don't know how to.
Okay, let's
Magalhaes, that's how best I can. Kuna mwingine anasema Soccer 360 tunawapata poa. This UEFA Champions League final will be yo sasa hiyo ni alini anasema hapo. Anasema niaje wase tuko fiti hapa Kitui, asali imepotea bro. Tuhusu hadi sasa. Sema Soccer 360 naona Chelsea wakibeba Champions League next season, gotea team. Yeah.
So let's continue with the fixtures, and then we'll be reading more of the comments probably 5 minutes before the end of the show. I'll make sure we'll try to cover as much of the comments as possible. Now, Bar Prince, it was back to you. You said Wolves City would be a draw.
Yeah, if they remain the way they are right now.
And the other 4 games?
Other 4 games. Man City, Leicester City. It's a tough one, but I give it to Man City. They are at home. They have to console themselves after Wolves. Alafu Leeds pia, I think it's a draw. Home, it will be their first match at home for Leeds. Probably wakikubali sama mashabiki kuingia, itakuwa issue. So I think also it's a draw. So the first 3 matches, mimi napatia Man City maybe 5 points.
5 points. And now add Arsenal and West Ham.
Yeah. Arsenal, goodness. Guy, Man City, I think it's the best Arsenal can get is a draw there. Because wako home. But Arsenal can get a draw. Me sijui mbona I have that feeling that Arteta will turn things upside down for Arsenal. But again, however best he might be, not be in front of City. Wapiga nyumbani. Goodness. Maybe return leg at Emirates.
So draw for that game as well?
So a draw, 6 points.
So the last game against
West Ham, it's a win.
3
so
points.
9 points in 15 points.
9 out of 15. So there'll be total, you and Kevin, okay, you have them 9. So that means there'll be 7 points out of Liverpool at this stage.
Yes, at this stage, after 5 matches.
But Liverpool, we only predicted their first 3 games. Keep that in mind.
No, Liverpool watashinda their last 2 because...
So that is 9-9.
Tulisema 2 points out of 6.
8-9. So it will be 9 points for City, 8 for Liverpool. Kevin, you had Liverpool on 2 points. The last 2 games, probably you have them for win-win as well.
Yeah.
So 8. City, how many points do you have City
I
on?
give them 8.
Oh, level on points. Wow. Duncan, you had City on how many points?
I had City on 7.
7.
No, not City, Liverpool 7. City,
Liverpool on 7 without their 2 games that we didn't count.
And City?
So that will probably be
8.
7 plus 6 is?
That's 8.
7 plus 6 is not 8.
No, sorry.
13.
I was counting 2 plus
13.
6. Sorry.
13.
13
Yeah.
And City, you have them on?
12.
12 points. Now, for me, Wolves vs City, for some reason, I don't see Pep going to lose his first game of the season. But that's a very tough game, but I see that ending in a draw.
Yeah.
I don't see Wolves as well. Being at home, you know how the Wolves play. Very hard team to beat. I'll give them a draw there. I think they'll beat Leicester, 4 points. I think they'll draw against Leeds, gives them 5 points. City, Arsenal, I'll give City, I'm just being honest here, I'll give City 3 points. That's 8. City, West Ham, 3 points.
That's 11.
11 points for City at this stage. I had 9, 10, 11. Well, I think I still have Liverpool ahead of them. Now, anyway, on to a more exciting team, because we have a fan here. Manchester United.
Team where we shall go.
United, probably, you can say they probably have. Now, the funny thing with United is their first 5 fixtures, Chelsea down there, I think they have Arsenal right after Chelsea, and then I think it's some other very tough game. A very tough game after Arsenal.
Mambo inaanza kuwa ngumu.
But then let's focus on their first 5 fixtures. United as well, like City, won't be playing in the opening weekend because of their involvement in the Europa League semi-final. They'll be playing the next weekend. They would have been playing Burnley away from home in the first game. That would have been a very tough game. But they open up with Crystal Palace, then Brighton, then Spurs at home, then Newcastle away, and then Chelsea at Old Trafford. Now, I'll just start with you, Mr. United here. First and foremost, fair opening fixtures?
Absolutely, yeah.
You think it's a fair? It could have been worse.
If Burnley was there, then doubtful. But Man United, Crystal Palace, I'll give it to Man United.
Let's not forget Crystal Palace did beat you in this fixture last season. Just reminding you. But anyway, go ahead.
But then against Brighton, Man United seem to struggle against Brighton when they are away. So I'm going with that draw.
So you have 3 points at the first game.
Yeah.
A draw in the second game. United vs Spurs.
Manchester versus Tottenham. Man United against Mourinho. Newcastle United.
7 points that's total from now. Newcastle, remind as well, they did beat you in this fixture last season.
Maybe it's a payback time, and I'll go with Man United.
10 points. United, Chelsea. This is a fixture you did win in the opening. This was your opening fixture last season.
Yeah.
4-0.
My noisy friends here, Man United, Chelsea. Very noisy friends. I'm going with Man United. At Old Trafford.
So you have United 13 points for the opening 5 fixtures. Now, we should go first. So should I go first for this Man United?
Yeah, you can go first.
Lever go first.
Boys, I'm coming to Bayern, Kevin. For me, United, Crystal Palace. I think United, since Bruno came in, there's been kind of a turn in fortunes for United. But then again, towards the ending of this past season, you looked a bit dodgy, to say the least. But I'm sure with a bit of rest, you'll get back probably to where you were. United, Crystal Palace, I'll go for 3 points for United. United, Brighton, 3 points for United. United, Spurs, I'll go for a draw in that game. That gives you 7. And then United, Newcastle, I'll go for another draw there to give you 8. And then United, Chelsea, though Chelsea has brought in, I'll go for a Chelsea victory. So that gives United 8 points out of 15. Now, let me go to you, Kevin. How do you see United faring? First 5 games?
United Palace, that's a draw. Palace have been the bogey team for United. Actually, we all agree.
At Old Trafford, yeah.
At Old Trafford, yeah. So 1 point. Brighton, Man United, they'll beat Brighton, of course.
So
That's
4
3
points.
So that's 4 points. Man United, Spurs, 1 point.
5.
That's 5. Newcastle, Man United, 0 points.
Okay.
And I'm very confident about that. Man United, Chelsea. I am going for Chelsea. No.
Kevin has United on 5 out of 15 points.
I'll
You might be up bottom of the table at this point in time.
I do understand Kevin.
No, it's
No, you don't understand Kevin. Just understand the teams zenye mnakutana. Shida sio ya Kevo.
Against
Ni
Crystal
opponent,
Palace.
bro.
Against Crystal Palace.
You said your piece, Duncan.
Shida si ya Kevo.
You have
against
13.
Let me correct him against Palace.
No, you have 13. He said what he has to say. You have 13 points for United. He has 5 points for United. And now I know it's not going to get any better with Bar Prince. Bar Prince, United, first 5 games.
Sasa kaka team kaushago tutakapea nini? Okay, for me, I think every time Manchester United inaanzanga ligi ikiwa so excited, and this excitement zinaiangushanga katikati, so it's 3 points against Crystal Palace for me, then a draw against Brighton, because Brighton at home kidogo hata la season uliona vile iliwaangalia baba, mlikuwa
I agree with you.
Tottenham, hey, I give it to Mourinho, bro. Sorry. What you did to him last season,
He's coming back for revenge.
goodness, Mourinho ni Mourinho, you know him. So against Newcastle, this is another tough one. I give to Manchester United. So I think maybe he's only 7 points.
And we don't hear that one.
No,
I'm sure it's a Chelsea win.
Hatutaki history ingine. So for me, it's 7 points.
7 out of 15.
7 out of 15.
Fair enough.
yes.
So Kevin has them on 5. You have them on 7. I have them on 8. You have them on 13,
13.
points.
Did you say watatupiga ama ni draw?
No, I said Chelsea's winning that game. I don't see United.
Pole bro, najua hapo unasikia kulia lakini pole. Tusame.
Tutapatana.
Hii ni watu wa ushago.
Now, United after that, United have very tough. I think it's Arsenal next, if I'm not wrong.
Then Leeds.
The first 10 matches
at Old Trafford.
beating them.
United have not been an Arsenal since, I think, in the league since 2017. since
Mmeoa,
2022.
mmeoa, bro.
Of
But
late,
not
yeah.
at Totti.
You are.
Now, let's move on. Let's move on now. The Bar Prince, be excited. I think Chelsea has probably, on paper, the easiest opening. 5 fixtures. Apart from that Liverpool game, I think, yeah. Of course, I'll start with you, Mr. Chelsea here. Brighton, Liverpool, West Brom, Palace, and Southampton. It could have been, this is probably very, on paper, take that Liverpool game away, you're looking at probably full points for Chelsea.
3 points, 3 matches at home. It's a plus to us. But again, at home last season, Delvin, remember, we did not perform well last season. Tulipigwa mechi nyingi at home. So if it repeats itself this time round, tutakuwa tabani. Brighton, Chelsea being the first match on Monday, we are winning it. That's not something we need to debate about. And I have to remind everyone that every time Chelsea naanza game on Monday, we win the league. So that will be our first match. So definitely, it's only 3 points. 3 points against Liverpool, 3 points against West Brom, 3 points against Crystal Palace, and 3 points against Southampton, and 3 points against the rest.
Now, let me just add into this, because we have 7 minutes left to the ending of the show. So I won't ask Kevin and Duncan for their point tallies for Chelsea, but I'll just be the verdict of what you've said there. I think, minus the Liverpool game, I think Chelsea 3 points in all those games.
We are at home, bro, against 12. Liverpool.
12 and a draw against Liverpool. That's 13 points. Still good. You'll be probably, according to my tallies, you'll be
Number
3
one.
points, 4 points ahead of United. So that's a good thing. Now, let's move over to, before we go to Spurs, let's go to Arsenal so that Kevin can have his say here. Now, Arsenal start off, of course, against Fulham away, West Ham at home, Liverpool away, the Sheffield game, sorry, that was my mistake. Sheffield are away, Arsenal are at home, and then Man City now. Kevin, be totally honest here, you did beat Fulham the last time they were in the league at Craven Cottage 5-1. Give me your tally.
Against Fulham, 3 points. Against West Ham, 3 points. Liverpool, draw. That's the minimum result. That's the least result you can get. A draw. Against Sheffield, also a draw. Sheffield have been... Against Man City, a draw.
Okay, 9 points. I'll have to disagree with you on some of those things there. Fulham, Arsenal,
No.
I'll agree with...
Wait, Bana Onyashu ulisema Man City yao mtawapiga tena ni draw
against Man City at Etihad is a different story.
I think they went for draw if I'm not mistaken.
Really? You are laughing at him.
So Fulham, I agree with you. Fulham, West Ham, I see 6 points there. Arsenal, Liverpool, a loss. Arsenal, Sheffield United. Arsenal being at Emirates, I am going for a win. Arsenal, Man City, another loss. I'll give Arsenal 9 points out of the possible 15. Right side, they're on 8 on my tally.
We are 9.
You're on 9.
Yeah, no, they're on 5 on my tally.
They're on 5 on your tally. Now let me read this comment very, very quickly. Hello, it's Brian from Eldoret. Man City's 5 fixtures. I'm sure we will hammer Leicester, Arsenal, and of course lazima tukaribishe Leeds kwa league. Kichapo lazima. But Wolves, it will be draw. West Ham, mteremuko, 8+ points. Then it goes United versus Crystal Palace, victory for United. Second game versus Brighton, Wakazia Manu, draw. Third game, tough match, draw. Fourth game, United win. Then Chelsea will smash United. Now, Ba, you can take us through some of the Twitter comments if they're there as we look at the Spurs' first 5 fixtures.
Read only like 2. Kuna mjamaa anajiita @rasta_tafari anasema niaje wase this is Chelsea fan. I think tutashinda game zote. Okay. Hi Ebru, Soka 360. This is Kevin from Rongai. Anasema nawapata poa. Yeah. Salimia Delvin.
Okay, so now your friend is back from Saturday. The Chelsea High Commissioner, he says, hi, Soccer 360. United will only win 1 game in the first 5 opening games. Arsenal will only collect 1 point from their first 5 games.
That is
so
Chelsea High
Commissioner. The High Commissioner of Chelsea has had a dig at United and Arsenal. Okay, Spurs fixtures here. Very, very quickly. Spurs have a very tricky opening. Those first 5 games are very, very tricky. Everton, under Carlo Ancelotti, they can beat anyone on the day. To be quite honest with you. Southampton had quite a turnaround last season after that 9-1 drubbing by Leicester City. If they can carry on, but they've lost Højbjerg to Spurs. And then Spurs, Newcastle, United, Spurs, and Spurs versus West Ham. Kevin, I'm not going to ask you to tally this one because, of course, these are your bitter rivals. You might be a bit biased. Bar Prince, of course, I'm not going to ask you as well. These are your London derby rivals. So, Duncan, give me your tally there for all those 5 games.
Thank you. Everton, I think Carlo Ancelotti need to show us something special, what he has on the table. So I'm going for a draw. Southampton versus Spurs. If Southampton can pick where they left last season, then I'm also going for a draw. Spurs, Newcastle, I'm giving Spurs. Man United, Spurs, I'm also giving Man United. Man United, Spurs, West Ham, Spurs. So
8 points.
8 points.
8 points from a possible 15. Do you agree that?
No, I don't agree. Against Southampton, they'll actually beat Spurs.
So we minus a point from there.
Another point. That's minus.
United, Spurs.
You said Spurs. He went for Spurs. He went for a draw.
No, you went for United.
I went for my
United.
United.
Of course,
minus a point. And against AC, Mourinho doing wonders against Man United.
And of course, Bar Prince also say that Mourinho would pick up points there against United. So wow, okay. Anyway, let me just read a few more comments. Bar Prince, if you'd like to chip in, we have 2 more minutes. You'd like to chip into the Spurs first?
No, me, I talk about big teams, boy. I talk about teams. Ask me about Ben Chilwell. Wachana na.
Anyway, now, by the way,
who
we have some news for Chelsea fans who are asking about transfers. Kevin just told us when we went on a break that Fabrizio Romano, if you don't know him, you should be following him because he has all the latest and is normally probably 95% accurate with his information. Kai Havertz is probably a step closer to joining Chelsea. Now, Chelsea fans, get excited.
But I told you, and I said it here on Saturday, that let the big competitions issue. Clubs in a sign. And I'm telling you, things will... At Newcastle, we'll know if watabaiwa or not. Now, things may settle.
Someone asked me on the saga about Gabriel. Gabriel is signing. He's supposed to have his medicals, I think. So he's signing. He should be signing. Him and Auba should be signing the contracts this week.
Actually, Gabriel and Afa could travel within 48 hours. But again, there's a problem.
He'll be self-quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so for 2 weeks. So he'll catch up a bit later.
After when the season is starting that weekend is when he'll start training. Man United would gain all the points in the first 5 games. Ni Tahiti from Othaya. Thank you very much, Tahiti. Now, director here is really harakishing me. Hey, Chalo, I've had you. Don't worry. Now, unfortunately, we are out of time here. Guys, thank you very, very much for coming. As you can see, the champions, UEFA Champions League champions here at the background. Thank you very much, Duncan. Charles, the director, says that if you really want him to join Chelsea and be a full-fledged Chelsea supporter, he wants a Chelsea jersey, the one with the 3, the new one, on Saturday.
Actually, kuna msee mwingine I promised on Facebook. I'll give them on Saturday.
Yeah, the director plus that guy.
Yeah, I'll give them jerseys.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, thank you guys for coming through. I'll be seeing you on Saturday.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to thank my viewers as well for tuning in. And apologies if I've not read your comment, but thank you for tuning in as well. And to thank the camera crew and everyone behind at the gallery for making this possible. Guys, thank you very, very much. Do catch me on Saturday from 12 to 1 as we'll be previewing the Community Shield beating Arsenal against Liverpool. Now, until then, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Do keep warm and do keep it sporty.